are you?
Better than amazing. How about you?
Same. Well, let me introduce to you my little sister, Tamisha. Yes.
Sister, I'm so glad I got to meet you, and I won't let you go.
Yes. I know you guys can see the resemblance. All right, so let's just get into it. So for me, just giving you guys a bit of backstory. Growing up, I always heard talk of me having another sister from my father's side, and the country is kind of small, so it's easy to hear those things, but I was never able to meet her. And fast forward, finally, when she turned 27 on her 27th birthday, she went to our older sister's house and introduced herself. And then my older sister made the introduction to her and I via just exchanging the numbers once we spoke, and then we started talking on FaceTime. And from then on, it's a wrap. Like, it's been straight connection, talking every day, her meeting my son, which is her nephew, obviously, her meeting my nephew, our nephew, my sister's son, who is 17. And my son now is just 1. So it's quite a few years in between. I will let her have her piece and say what she wants to say, and then we will come back and tell you how the whole thing is going.
Yes. So hi guys. So like Kevin said, my name is Tamisha, but everybody knows me as Tammy on Instagram as Tammy Tam. So you guys can call me Tammy as well. I should pretty much give you guys the gist on our dad. I was going to say my dad. Our dad, he gave me a call like 3 or 4 weeks prior and told me that my sister is in Barbados. Now I didn't know which. I always knew I had 2 sisters, but I don't even think I knew their names. Mm-hmm. And he said my sister is in Barbados, and I was like, okay. And he was like, and she wants a meal, and I was like, okay. So I told him, well, I'm at home because I work from at home. He said he would give me a call. He goes and visit her frequently, and he would pick me up and take me to the house. Ironically, she isn't staying far from where I live as well. And a few weeks passed, I heard nothing from him. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and get it out of the way. And like Kevin said, on my birthday, just decided to take the initiative and go and introduce myself. And I think it was a pretty bold chat. I had no idea, of course, who I was going to meet, how the reaction would have been, if she would have been okay with it. I didn't know, but something just said, it's your birthday, and if it's one thing you do for yourself is to finally meet this one of these sisters. And so that's what I did. I was super nervous. And I didn't even know who to say it was when I got to the house, because I didn't even know she knew my name.
Right.
But I did. I went to the house. I said who I was. And funny enough, she was in the shower when I went. And it was just, I bet it was super awkward for her, but I was like, it's whatever for me. I finally just got to meet you. And that was good from inception. We spoke for maybe like 2 hours. It probably could have been longer if I didn't have any other birthday plans. Probably half of the conversation was her telling me how much I remind her of Kevin, how much we resemble each other, and she was showing me pictures and different hairstyles that we both had previously, how we resemble each other even more so, and like my characteristics and my mannerisms and all these things. And she's telling me about this next sister that I haven't met yet. And I was like, okay, cool. And I have to meet this next sister. So she then said she would talk to Keva and let me get her number. And yeah, I reached out maybe I think it was the 31st of August to be exact. And just introduced myself. Keva did the same. And literally we've been talking every single day since.
Indeed. It's been a short ride, but it feels like it feels like I definitely have known you forever. Like the things that I say to her and how she just ride the tide and she like accepts my crazy is I can't even tell you guys the things that I say to her because you guys would think that I'm crazy. And I need you guys to get to know me first before you get to know my crazy. But for sure, it's been an instant connection. And obviously, you know, there's the obvious resemblance. And just it's a little bit surreal to see somebody like I'm looking at her sometimes and I'm just like, it's a little bit, she looks like me. And it's almost like you're talking to your reflection. And we have both posted stuff on Instagram. And there was a picture actually quite recently, I will insert it here, that I posted, and 90% of the people thought it was me. Especially now that I gained a little weight after having my son, because I'm naturally a much smaller. My size would have given it away, yeah, before. But because I'm a little bigger now, they're like, "Oh, you look so nice in this picture," and I'm like, "Thank you," because I know I wanted to shoot this video and reveal to the world that I have a little sister. Um, and so yeah, so that has been the journey. For me, I know people will want to know, like, how does it feel meeting after, for me, 35 years, and for her 27 years, just finding out that you have, well, not just finding out, but just putting a face to the name and a face and name together, because I never knew the name. So now that I have been talking to her every day, it's been 2.5 short months, but it feels like it's been years. It's an enjoyable journey for me, definitely so far. I am looking forward to all that is to come. Even the bumps and the bruises, I am a little bit, afraid because I'm not in a place in my life where I like or accept confrontation. So I don't really prefer to have those experiences, but that's what sisters do at some point. So it's not how far you fall, it's how you get back up. So I'm looking forward to doing that. And, the bumps and the bruises that we go through together make us closer. So I am also looking forward to that. She has a younger brother that's 10 years beneath her and an older brother that's 10 years above her who lives in the UK. And she is going to film her own video with sharing her experiences with my older sister, and I will do one as well, but she will do one with both her sisters to feature on her channel, and I will tag it here for you guys so you guys can go and watch her and hear more about her experience with both her sisters. And my experience is mine, yours is yours, so you might want to talk about your experience.
Okay, so when it comes to similarities to personality, if it's definitely one thing that stood out to me, is like I remember watching a video on her Instagram of her doing makeup, and her facial expressions while filming is literally the exact same way that I would act when I'm making my videos. I mean, just simply looking alike, everybody agreeing that we look alike. Like Kevin said, we've been posting pictures whenever I like snap her when we're on FaceTime. We've been getting a crack out of it for the past 2 months because we've been trying to, keep it inside. Putting BS in brackets, BS meaning baby sister, big sister. It's been hilarious, but like she said, Kevin being able to be herself, even though like we literally are not getting to know each other, and that's simply because I am myself, she's comfortable being herself, and that's just how she wanted the relationship to be, not the professional type relationship. Like we're sisters, and yes, we getting to know each other at a very mature stage in our lives, but that doesn't mean that it has to start off professional or cordial. It can be goofy, because that's what sisters should be. And I mean, that's my personality as well, so it did not come off like, who does this girl think she is? Like, no, it literally felt authentic, like I could dig this. Like, where has this been my entire life? Yeah. So like that's definitely a couple of things that stood out to me the most. And on top of it, like I'm the type of person that work off of energy, and our energy just is on a whole another level. Like no conversation has been quiet unless we had to be quiet. Like it's literally one thing behind the other. Me trying to have a relationship with my nephew, even though I'm just on FaceTime, making sure that he can hear my voice and see my face, and all of that stuff, it just been coming off so natural these past 2 months. So it definitely has been great.
Okay, so some of the similarities that I found in her, much like she mentioned, facial expressions, mannerisms. Also, we're very like-minded. We base our lives on the same principles. Even though she's younger than me, I have learned so much from her, like the mindset. She's very, very strict on like not having a bad day and making sure that even if she feels not great, that she tells herself she is feeling great. And so many days since I've been talking to her, those things have picked me up. Or just her crazy, like I went to a gig and I was feeling a little sad about something to do with my son, and I was starting to cry, and she was like, no, she gave me some positive reinforcement. Although I still had tears flowing down my face, I ended up laughing by the time she was finished saying what she was saying, and she wasn't even cracking jokes. But some of those things, I know that I have done that for other people. So that's another similarity. A similarity, I'd say, in between all three of us, like my older sister, Carrie, she sings. And as well as I do. My younger sister does public speaking, and she's so good at it. And so that's a similarity that we all have. Like we all are unafraid of stage, and we can put ourselves over well. That's been an enjoyable part of my journey, just seeing things that I never knew where my older sister and I got it from. I didn't know if we got it from our mom or our dad, but since Tammy came in, it's like, oh, it's definitely dad. And we got some of the same pet peeves, like some of the same things that piss us off. We generally have the same type of mind when it comes to reasoning and what a person would do that is wrong and right. So it really has been an easy journey. And like, it's just a lot of times I'm like, she's real. It's okay. She's real, because it's almost like talking and looking at your reflection and having a person who is of the same view. And there were times when we were differing on things, like she would show me a hairstyle that I did not like, and I would make fun of it, and she would laugh, and it might be something that she would like. She would not take it personal and stuff like that. So those at those parts, there are slight differences. But for me, what I'm looking forward to is the day that I can see her right in front of me and touch her face and give her a tight squeeze and sit down and really have like face-to-face interaction. Like I know FaceTime is kind of like the next best thing, but it's definitely not the same as being in person. So I'm looking forward to that. And her meeting my mom, that's one of the major things that I'm looking forward to. And then sitting with her, our dad. As life manifests itself, we will connect the dots and the synapses will connect, and we will understand why. Like I already understand that when I was much younger, I was so much less mature than she is at her age. So I feel like chances are if we met at that time, I would have been a lot less receptive, and likely she would have been the same, because she would have been like, oh, I don't know what makes you think that I want you to be my sister more than you want me to be your sister. So we won't be sisters. It's fine with me. I didn't know you all my life. I don't have to know you going forward. Shorty, you feel me? And so I can say that confidently because I feel like I know her, and that's just, like I said, we are like-minded, and I definitely likely would have been in that place before. So even just that small observation is incredible to see how, for me, how God's hand is all up and through this relationship, and how he just aligned it so perfectly when it needed to be. So I am eternally grateful. But that's it for me, guys. Please like and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so that you guys know when I post a new video. And do not forget, this is my sister, Tammy, at Tammy Tams is her Instagram handle. And we will put it here for you guys so you guys can also follow her and enjoy her content. It was nice having this girl time and talking to you guys and her, and how you guys continue to be on this journey with me and get to know me. So peace out.